All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our CAPA Nova event. 欢迎大家来到我们 CAPA Nova 平台。进入今天主题之前呢，我给大家快快的介绍一下我们 CAPA Nova。CAPA Nova stands for Chinese American Parents Association of Northern Virginia，中文是北美华裔家长协会。我们是一个非营利组织，始建于2021年。在过去的5年时间里，我们已经为华府社区做了将近2000场不同话题的讲座，其中呢有一个主脉就是我们的 financial literacy，这个系列讲座呢已经至少就是我们维持了4年了，然后都是麦克教官每个月一期的这个讲座。今年呢，实际上那个上个星期教官已经做了一场然后可是的话，他是觉得我们必须把这个话题再加进来，就是做这个1099 form 因为华裔那个社区里头，我们有很多小业主，然后那个如何 file your own 那个1099 form？What are the things that you need to know? What are the tips? What are the things to look out? Tonight is the class for this topic. DIY guide for filing your own 1099 forms. Okay, without any further ado, I'm going to give the stage to Coach Mike.
你给我钱。
教官，稍微等一下，我马上给你，不好意思。
All right.
忙的什么教官的呀
Okay. 还是那句话。
You have it now, yeah.
Okay, cool. I want to share this. We are running the tax workshop every year for CAPA Nova, almost 2-3 years now, right? Every year we have 12 series. So this year I'm thinking we need to click to the tax law changes, anything we need to know. For instance, I want to talk about 1099 AEC, which is today. Next week, I want to invite somebody to talk about crypto. I'm still talking with Kevin Black. Kevin Black is probably one of the national leaders in crypto. He published a book. I want to invite him to speak with us. And I want to talk about HSA. Everybody has HSA account, beautiful things. It's Trump said, this is a beautiful thing. But the problem is a lot of traps. Be careful. And April 15th coming, I want to talk about the file deadline rush. Make sure you don't get into trouble. Right? In May, I want to mention Trump accounts. Trump accounts is a new thing starting in July. So I want to talk about in May, give you at least 60 days to get it ready. And June is Virginia. I know we have a new governor, a lot of changes, tax law changes. We have to be careful. So I want to cover one topic for Virginia. You're Virginia, right? Make sure you understand this. This thing coming to your wallet. Yeah, Virginia is going to getting ugly. Yeah. And July, I want to talk to Puerto Rico because probably the only best tax haven in the U.S. is Puerto Rico because the Act 60. Anybody know the Act 60? So Puerto Rico produced a new law that if you come to Puerto Rico, buy a house, and all your capital gain, you pay no taxes. Anything earned in the Puerto Rico territory, you pay 4%. 4%. You know, we pay 30% in Puerto Rico, only 4%. I think you should think of that. Okay. At least you spend 185 days here, 182 days in the US, you try to migrate. Okay. All right, so this is my first 7 months plan. What do you think? Do you like it? It's good stuff? Okay. Yeah, you're on mute. You're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, it's coming because Maryland become ugly. Virginia follows suit. New Jersey, don't even mention that. So we need to gradually think of how to do that. Even today, I got to read the news. Wells Fargo. Yeah, Wells Fargo, probably one of the biggest banks in the U.S. They try to relocate their main operation in Florida. Same thing. Even banks cannot handle the taxes. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's coming. All right. So this is our and the people. Suzanne and Jane, Chenning, anything you want to give us topics. If you want to add a few new things, I want you to give me some of the advice. I want to help. All right. So one thing I want to talk about today is 1099 deadline is Normally it's January 31st of each year, but this year is what? It's a Saturday. So government said you can file your 1099 by February 2nd. So that's the, at least you know the deadline. I want to go through how to do yourself. You don't have to bother your CPA, your tax advisors. You can do yourself. You don't have to, you pay, $10 fee, you can get everything done without any hassles. Okay, this is my license. Personal view does not represent any commissioners, employees, staff. My personal view, I only give you tax advice. If you want to buy crypto, stocks, life insurance, real estate, go to different professionals. Okay, so this is my disclaimers. All right, so a couple of things I want to mention is, one is, if you pay the child compensation, do you need to issue 1099 or not? That's number one. Number two is, should you issue W-2 or 1099? That's two different concepts. So there's two things I've been dealing with all of my life. I want you guys to deal with that. All right, Ted, are you here today, Ted? Okay, Jenny is here. Ashley, I want to talk to somebody. Pick somebody. Ashley, okay, Ashley, can you read my slides called IRS Family Employee Rules? Ashley, can you read this? All right, Ashley, not here. Let's pick somebody else. Any volunteers?
The Family Employees Rule. Employed in the parent's sole proprietorship or a partnership in which each partner is a parent of the child. Payments for the services of a child are subject to income tax withholding, regardless of age. Payments for the services of a child under the age of 18 are not subject to Social Security and Medicare taxes. And payments for the services of a child under age 21 are not subject to FUTA tax. If this child is 21 years or older, then payments for the services of a child are subject to FUTA taxes. If the business is a corporation, a partnership, unless each partner is a parent of the child, or an estate, even if the estate of the deceased parent of the child. Payments for the services of a child are subject to income tax withholding, Social Security taxes, Medicare taxes, and FUTA taxes regardless of age.
Yep. FUTA stands for Federal Unemployment Tax, the 失业保险税. In case you fire a child, they have to claim unemployment, which is very rare. So this comes from IRS called the Family Employee Rule. So you can Google that very easy. My point is, Fred, as you said, if you have a single member LLC or husband and wife co-own LLC, you hire your own child, you don't need to issue anything until age 18. So that's the key thing. So if you have rental properties, you have a small business, single member LLC, you pay a child to clean the house, home office, manage the website, do this scheduling, receipt, bookkeeping. No 1099, no W-2. Please do not do anything. So pay them reasonable compensation, set up a Roth IRA, and you don't need to file tax returns for the child, and everything is go silent.
Well, what happens if they turn 18, say in May of this year?
So the first 4 months, you do the same thing, you don't do anything. You only start issue 1099 after May, 7 months. You track that. So the key thing Fred mentioned is, if the child have a transition period from minor to major this year, so you need to be careful. So at least I highly recommend, if your child becomes 18 above, he or she should file his tax return. There are so many reasons we do that. I have a separate topics on that. But before that, you just fly under the radar, don't need anything. Just pay. In the tax return, what you do is called outside labor. You put it into other expenses. In the Schedule E, Schedule C, just put it into outside labor, put your child's Social Security, and at least IRS understand that you know the rule because the child is under 18. Because in the tax return, you know the child age. However, if your child becomes 18 above, you definitely need to issue something because they're subject to FUTA or Social Security, FICA. There was debate on this. Shall we issue 1099 or is it W-2? I don't know. The key thing is, if you look at the rule, I want another person to read this. Let me see. Emily Chiu. Emily, can you read my slides for next page? Emily. Any volunteers? Anybody want to read the difference between W-2 and 1099?
我来帮你吧。
Okay.
When
Sorry, no, mic.
an employee works is controlled by the employer. My contractor
Yeah, that is my question.
retains control over when, how, and where he or she works. W-2 employee entitled to minimum wage, overtime pay, vacation, sick days, holidays, paid leave. 1099 not entitled to traditional employee benefits. W-2 the salary deductions, remittance, and the severance are the responsibility of the employer. 1099 does not have taxes withheld, collected, or paid by the employer. W-2 can be classified as a indefinite or fixed term. 1099 does not require notice or severance from the employer, can contract with other companies at the same time.
Yeah, so that's the key thing, people. This file comes from ADP. ADP is probably one of the most, I call it the largest payroll companies in the US, ADP, Gusto, right, and the QuickBooks. So they create this table. They tell in which situation your child fall into W-2, in which situation in the 1099. For instance, guys, let's say my child, he got hired in the summer as a summer intern in Goldman Sachs. If you are hired as an intern, summer intern, what do? You have to report to office. You have to follow the instruction from the boss, what the project to do, the time, the assignments, the computer, the workstation. In that case, you're W-2 because you have no control. You have to surrender yourself to 9-to-5 job or even 9-to-9 job. So that's the W-2. But if your child works around your family business, your rentals, I don't think you can control your child. He said, I will do it 2 a.m. in the morning after my video games. Then you have no lot to say because the child use their own computer based on their own timeline, does not report to you, and that's the 1099. So I will say, most situations, if your small family business hire a child, in most cases, is contractor because you cannot control your child. I cannot control my child. Under Yuan, can you control a cat? No, right? Same thing. So my point is, all these task-based, ad hoc, self-paced jobs are done by the children, are contracting. So it's a 1099. So a lot of people argue with me, I need to do, technically you don't need to do that. So I'm not alone to this. Margie Kohler said the same thing. Most cases for your own child's family business, 1099, that's it. You don't have to. But sometimes you have to W-2, but in most cases, I think I would say 99%, 1099 will be okay. That's my point. Any questions? So I wanted you to look at your child's situation. If you are doing work, manage rentals, manage situations by task, right, by incident, then that's a contracting. So that I will say that's more enough. W2 is overkill, but sometimes W2 is good also. But that's a different topic. All right, I will give you this text rule. I want another. Okay, there are some situations I will read. Okay, give me another person. Let me see who is going to read. Can we have another volunteer to read the? There are 4 different tax schedules requiring 1099. Ashley, can you read this one? Just highlight the Schedule C, the line H. Oh, sorry, line.
Mr. Mike, this is Jenny. I think I forgot to change my name.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
I can change.
So
Hi.
which one? Oh,
Well-
actually, one.
No, I
Neither
don't.
Come on.
No, I don't. I don't want to read.
You know, okay. Let's start.
No, I don't want.
From H.
Do you make any payments?
Did you? From GH, I didn't see.
I and J.
Did you make any payments in 2024 that would require you to file forms 1099? See instructions. J. If yes, did you or will you file required forms 1099?
Yeah. So this is text form. So be careful. Grammar matters. The IRS said, "Did you or will you?" There are 2 different options. Did you or will you? Okay. All right. Can you continue to read Schedule E?
Coach Mike? Coach Mike? Yeah, I think there's a little problem. Coach Mike, can you hear us? All right, he just dropped out. He will be back soon. Just give us a second. Sorry about that. Just give us a second. Sorry about that.
Maybe our power.
You think so? But let me just pause for now.
Zelle. If you pay Zelle, if you pay cash or pay check, in that case you are liable because the other side have no tax form to produce, so they can fly under radar. They don't even report anything. So your responsibility or liability is what you have to request. I need to issue 1099. I need your social security. I need your yeah. So at least you send a request to them, mail them, and have a certified mail. Okay. What you do is, this year, Maria, you clean my house, the home office. I give you $2,000. This is my record, and by law, I need to issue 1099 to you. Please provide your W-9 for me, and have a certified mail. Why certified? Because you have to prove to IRS you received the evidence that Maria received your request. Then you can prove, I'm waiting to file 1099, but Maria doesn't want to do that. That's her problem. I tried. All right, make sense? I know, it's crazy. When I read this, wow, IRS is smart. Okay, we have this all things, and the 1099 have this regulation, you do that. So there are two situations I want to talk to you. One is a 1099 AEC and a 1099 miscellaneous. Most cases, if you hire your child over 18, that's AEC, called a non-employee contribution. If you're, for instance, you pay plumber, right? And website management, all these things is AEC. For instance, let's say I'm going to file tax return for CAPA Nova. You are my client. I'm going to provide tax service, right? You pay me money. Do you need to issue 1099 to me or not? Yeah, what do you think?
Let's say it's under 600.
Yeah, you're so smart. You pay me $500. I'm joking. So let me ask the question: Is Yuan hire me to tax return? Is she liable to issue 1099 to me or not? That's my question. It's real life question.
So, Mike, this happens a lot in real life. I mean, if I hire a plumber to replace, I don't know, a hot water heater, or if I hire a carpenter to build a deck for me, and I pay them more than 600, if they have a company, you know, Deck Building LLC or Plumbers LLC, are they really going to give me their social security number or their LLC number? I mean, isn't the invoice that
I know.
has their business on there good enough?
I feel your frustration. I totally get it. So that's why I prefer. That's one rule is S corp rule. Okay. For instance, if I pay fee to S corp is plumber. Okay. Well, 1099 AEC required. Okay. So the key thing is for S corp, 1099 is not required. So let's say Yuan Cavanova pay me accounting fee because my smart and forward is S corp, so that she doesn't need the issue 1099. She's off the hook. I don't even know why I said that, but that's the case. If I don't have S corp, I have a single member LLC, then 1099 is still required. So that's why, Fred, if your plumber is S corp, you have to ask them what's the status. Are they S corp or C corp? If it's C corp, S corp, you don't need to issue. Otherwise, you are still liable. Don't ask me why. This is the rule. Sorry, guys.
Weird.
So Yuan, you're lucky. I'm S corp.
Good, thank you. Keep it that way.
All right. So that is now miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is more for rent. Okay. Now I want to see why rent is important. For instance, let me see. Is Eileen here? Let me see. Who is anybody here? Okay. Let's see. Eileen. She's a doctor. Okay. So Eileen is doctor, and she has S corp. She has also have a commercial clinic real estate. She owns a property, managing her own rental commercial property. So she do self-rental. Self-rental meaning the medical, acupuncture, chiropractic practice, rent the commercial building. Both are owned by the same person because Eileen is the owner for S corp, is the owner for the commercial building. If that's the case, I still highly recommend you issue 1099 miscellaneous, because if you want to take advantage of the self-rental rule, the IRS have a safe harbor. So produce a 1099 miscellaneous. S corp pay this. I pay $2,000 a month for commercial rental because it's a space. I need to rent this office building, the clinic, $2,000 times 12, 24. So issue a 1099 miscellaneous. Okay, that's my situation. So that's probably in my view, rental is probably the most important thing. I don't think any other situation is relevant to most of us. I don't know. Okay. All right, questions for the AEC and the miscellaneous. That's the clear difference. Okay. All right. Now let's go to how do you file. I used called e-file for business. There are multiple vendors and portals. The reason I'm using this e-file because they are recommended by National Association of Tax Professionals, NATP. That's okay. If you recommend it, meaning they are legit, I use that. I know there are so many different websites you can use. I used it for 2 years. It works fine. You don't need a tax ID. You don't need a professional licensing. Anybody can do that. Even your Social Security, you log in as your as owner. You can. For me, I can log in like this. Okay. Because I have client information, I'm going to show that. I just want to show this is the key thing, as the people said, is all documents might be submitted by 30th, which 10 days from now, in order to process, because this portal needs some time. Okay, you do that. First thing is you add a payer, because you are, for instance, you pay plumber or you pay a child, 19-year-old. So this is a payer. Okay, 20. And when you add a payer, if you have a LLC, you put a EIN number. For me, I'm a smart. If you are single natural person, you put a Social Security. So we have two ways. So as a payer, meaning whoever paid the service, right? A landlord, small business owners, or even parent, you do this way as a payer. Okay. Now, assuming I'm the payer, I'm going to pay child. All my kids are here. Kevin, are you here on the line? Kevin? Kevin? All right, I'm asking my son to be here because I pay him money. He needs to be here.
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
All right, so meaning he will lose this amount of payment. So I pay Sasha, I pay Chris. Do you see that? So when you have anybody under your payment, you add person's name, their Social Security, their address, and the state. And the request, because they are my kids, I definitely request that. So that's why I create at least 4 or 5 different people. Do you see the Mike Nee as 8888? Let's have a star here, meaning what? All the Social Security, when you go through this portal, the e-file for tax, they will request to the IRS database, make sure this is a real person. That's why all the check mark, meaning what? Sasha, Suhaviv, Chris, me, their social has been verified by the IRS database. For Mike Nee, because I have a fake number, 8888, this is pending because they couldn't find it. Make sense? That's why take a few days to verify the receivee and the payee's personal information. That's why you need to do that now. Okay. So you have a payer, which is yourself or your LLC, whatever, and the payee is whoever provide service, receive money. They need to provide your social, the address. Okay. And do you see there are multiple forms you can pick? You have an AEC, they have a miscellaneous. For me, I assume an AEC because my child provides service. They help me manage website. So you can print and mail. I prefer this one. Okay. So when I do this for my kids, for instance, Sasha, she provides service, manage my different bookkeeping, and also she speaks in different sessions. I pay her $3,000 a year. So she will receive this one. Okay. And I verify, okay, I put number, I submit. So she will receive this form electronically, and the IRS will receive electronically, and Sasha need to file a tax return because she's 18 above, and she had HSA, she will file her own tax return. Many people said, my child's in college, I still claim her as dependent. I think that's a misnomer. A lot of people think, most people, yes, you can claim her as a dependent, but I really like you want to claim into, okay, Kevin, okay, it's here. All right, so that's my point is, I want you guys to think is, pay the child, file a tax return, because children need to do that. Okay, Kevin, can you explain why I file tax return for the purpose. Kevin, can you explain? Kevin, you're here.
Yeah, I'm Kevin. I'm Mike's younger son. I mean, to keep in the family, you do it, so it's just easier for you to help us out and do it for us.
Yes. And also, when I file tax return for Kevin, what he does, he can deduct his cell phone, his miles, his meals, his girlfriend, sorry, singular. Then what? Because tax return produce evidence to the bank. That's why we are able to purchase his first property. Kevin, can you explain why we buy a house for you?
Yeah, we bought a brand new condominium in Manassas. We're gonna rent it out to tenants, and then the house builds its value, and just really gave me a sense of ownership. And then together, my brother has a house in Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm actually here right now. And then me, my brother Chris, my dad Mike, we all wrote a book about, what to do to purchase your first home before age of 25. Because we all feel like purchasing something that big and that much ownership at a young age is better than rather than waiting. It establishes that ownership at an early age, and it sets you up good.
Exactly. So people, that's no random reason I filed tax return for Kevin because I use that to get a loan from the bank and he becomes homeowner. Why is it important? Kevin, as soon as you receive the key, what do? You feel a sense of responsibility, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's very responsibility.
Yeah, you feel pressure. You don't spend the money like no tomorrow. Everything, oh, do I need to do this? If I would rather buy this, put it into the mortgage, why did I? So you'll become more cautious of money. So that's why have ownership really change the children's mindset. So I highly recommend people to think this way: file return for your own child if it's 18 above, issue 1099 to them. It works. It really changed my children's mindset. And we're publishing the book in March. And if you want to, I think Fred, you read my book, right, Fred? The draft.
Yes, yes, I did.
Yeah, I think it's a good book. It really gives the young people some advice, right? What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely gives confidence, and especially now when I think the average age of a first-time home buyer, I think is around 40 years old. It
40?
really helps change the mindset. Yeah, I was reading that the average first-time home buyer is the highest in history now, and I think that really needs to be reversed. I think younger people really need to start having some equity ownership.
Wow, it's scary. Majority of people are never grown up, live with parents for until age 35.
Or hopefully they keep renting from me.
That's true. Okay, got it. All right, thank you. So people, I want to learn from Fred. He's really know this. He's a professionals. He see up and down. He see people. A lot of young men just wandering around, doesn't do the job, have to be kicked out, right? You evict a few people, right? They don't
Oh yeah. I've had to evict two people so far.
because they are like kind of trash, right? They are not reliable. They're not responsible. You have no tolerance. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so with that, you issue 1099. You can download. For me, is I'm able to download the PDF AEC for Sasha immediately. So this is my 1040. This is my N number, smart 1040, and her number. So I can give to Sasha. I said, this is your 1099. She filed tax returns. So very convenient. The whole cost is about $7. $7. I don't know, anybody, if you hire a professional accounting firm or CPAs to do 1099, how much they charge you? At least 100, right? Anybody know? Anybody have experience?
$15 a person.
$15? Okay, that's good. All right, that you're lucky because I charge more than that because it's my time. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. All right, Kevin, you're out of hook. You're good.
All right. Call
Love
you
you.
later. Thank
Love
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.
So I do them for my clients, for my people. But if you don't have time to wait because you have 10 days to do this, definitely you can just do it yourself. Don't have to wait. All right, let's move on to NEC, which is miscellaneous. It's rental. For instance, I pay my own rental. I have a rental property, right? My small business rent my place, self-rental. I pay $13,000, roughly, $1,200 per month. And I do this. I issue this 1099 miscellaneous, and that's how I do that. Okay, and every time when you hire a new person, system need to verify against IRS database. That's why it takes time. But that's why I wanted you to verify that. So the key thing is you can use this website. I have no relationship with this one. I use that. It feels good. If you want to use the other website, it's good. But at least it works for me, and the cost is not bad. $7 is okay, and do that now. Okay, and if you could not find the party Social Security, at least send a certificate in the mail. You try it because, as you said, IRS said, "Will you?" Yeah, did you or will you? Wow, even this one have a grammar error. Anybody read this 14B? Yeah, okay. So my corporation. Okay, that's good. So my point is, make sure you show your intention to file. Okay, at least you can protect yourself. Okay, Yuan, that's just my situations for 1099 self-filing. I'm going to open for questions. Any questions coming, Yuan?
Yeah, for the audience, please feel free to turn on your mic if you have questions. Here's your time.
Yes, I have a question. 那到底是这些 did you or are you going to? So we're going to choose yes, right? Mike 老师讲了半天就是 yes, right?
Yeah, you put yes.
The answer 就是如果 if I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I will say I do yes all the time. I do yes.
Okay, yes, okay. So if I have an S corporation, I choose yes. I intended to do that, and maybe I didn't get the people's W-9.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
if I don't use the S corporation, for example, all the rental is under my personal name, and I need to send them the 1099, also just yes, something.
Yeah, put yes. I agree. If you put no, the reason is because in the tax return they have a labor cost contract, right? If you put numbers, if you put a no, because now IRS use AI, they can verify. They can see, oh, you paid $6,000 for contractors in the tax return, but you do not put in a 1099, they start challenging you. So you don't want that. Yeah.
Okay, so in this I and J question like that is yes, yes. Everyone is yes, yes. Okay.
Please do that.
Thank you.
So even say yes, but you still cannot do it. Is that the word?
That's why I call it will, right? You have to show you tried. Request, you send a text message, send a mail.
Okay, another
you
question.
Have to prove your.
So another question, the case you are showing is you pay somebody, but when you saying you are the owner of rental, then you receive the money, right? So who should file? That's 1099 in miscellaneous.
Yeah, if a tenant pay your money, there's no 1099 because they're individual person. They pay for rent. That's no nothing. The only thing you are going to issue 1099 is if your business you pay the rent.
Okay, got it. Okay, so if you receive the money from tenant, you don't need to do 1099.
No.
So okay, good.
So that means if I pay office rent, so I need to ask I need to give it to the landlord at 1099, right?
If you're a company, yes. If you're an individual person, no.
Okay, thank you.
So if I am a S corporation, stay in the building that I purchased under another company name, I also use S corporation. So my business as corporation need to send a 1099 to my other
Yes. Yes.
the building holding company, say I paid you $100,000 rental a year.
Exactly. That's
Why
why.
we do that?
Why you do that is because the self-rental have a tax loophole called the self-rental rule, meaning you can cost aggregate bonus depreciation, your rental offset your escrow profit.
So if I didn't do that in the past 10 years, so I lost a lot of saving.
I know, you need to talk to me, come back to me, yeah. Your accountant didn't tell you a good job because self-rental.
Yeah.
I know, who knows?
Okay.
Yeah. That's why you come to my class, that's why Yuan's here.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
$300 can you donate $300 to Yuan because IRS self-rental loophole. This is.
I'm in Georgia. 我跟你们 Virginia.
Matter is government, right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Can you go to self-rental is just read that, okay?
Okay. Take a picture. Okay. Self-rental loop. Oh, okay.
I know it's 10 years. I think you really want to kick yourself. Why I'm doing this? All right. So any other questions coming in?
Yes, I got a question. If instead of you out can you hear me? Hello?
Not very clear. If you maybe get closer to the mic.
Okay, I try to find out that I'm using
Okay, that's good.
iPad right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My question is, can I just go directly to the IRS website to download 1099 NEC and just fill the form and mail it to the who the contract they hired this way, instead of going to the website that Mike mentioned?
So for people, I don't know why the internet is spotty. So the children 18 above, you can set up your own HSA. If you have 2 kids, every child set up HSA 18 above. And all have family plan, meaning all the children can set up to $8,500. That's the key. I have 8,000 HSA. My Kevin has this, Chris has this, Alicia has this, Sasha has this. HSC, that's why I want to set up this workshop in March. HSC is such a powerful tool. And
yeah.
People get confused all the time. I'm going to deep dive this one, explain all the things. They have a string attached, which is what? When Kevin set up his HSA, he has to file his own tax returns, meaning he cannot be my dependent anymore. That's the rule. Okay. So meaning what? I gave up $500 dependent tax credit, but Kevin get $8,000 taxable deductible income. I think it's a good deal, right? I lose 500, Kevin get 8,000. It's a good deal. So do that before. I think HSA you can set up before April 15, right? I think you still have time to do it before you lose the benefits if your children are 18 above. Right? That's a very powerful tool. Okay, so we mentioned HSA. We talked about the pay child 1099. You also need a contract. Okay, even your child help you manage the website, design the app, bookkeeping, write a contract. So I hire Kevin as my marketing manager on an ad hoc basis, meaning no W-2. I pay him $20 an hour. It's a market rate because if you hire any interns, do we have an intern in CAPA Nova? If you want to have somebody do the website, any $20 is reasonable price, right? $20 an hour.
Well, we don't have that position yet.
One day.
Yeah, one day.
That's my point. Is $20 is the market rate. So you write a contract, use GPT to design the labor agreement. So you have your responsibility, your liability, everybody signed. In case anybody out you, you said, I have a contract, job log, every week he manage this. Kevin show up today, talk about 5 minutes because, I asked him because he get paid. He had to do it. You use that to leverage the payment compensation to encourage the kids to do the right thing. Otherwise, they go party every day. Yeah, I got it. So it's important. So that we do that documentation. You have what they call the setup Roth IRA. Kevin has HSA, Solo K, Roth IRA. He has 3 accounts compounding for him, and also he owns the house. So I really recommend people to go to our summer class. We talk about all the strategies. Yuan, can you explain what do we do for the summer camp?
You're talking about the fly camp. Is that what you? Yeah. Okay. So I just want to also introduce the fly camp that Coach Mike has set up, and for that, we're mainly targeting the students in high school. And also, of course, if whenever they're ready and interested in the topic, but mainly what we do is we want them to understand if they plan to go to college, what the college costs, and how are they going to set up, say 529 and their bank account, and think about ways to finance on their own rather than depends on parents completely. And what we have found is, the students and parents are really benefit from the program, and all of them were kind of, has this eye-opening experience. All of a sudden they see the ways their students can benefit. So again, I just want to make sure that parents pay attention to our CAPA program, and hopefully we can have another very successful summer. FLY stands for financial literacy for youth. Yeah. Have to think through. So again, this is going to be a really exciting way to help the students get independent, take ownership of their own financial life.
Yeah, we've been doing it for 5 years. I think sometimes I get a call from these students many years before. He said, Coach Mike, I learned this one, I started this, I started that. I want to, anything I missed. Sometimes young people call me for advice. I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they may not trust their parents, but they trust me. I feel good.
Yeah, this becomes a lifelong mentorship for the young people.
That's the whole point. CAPA Nova is here is we are not doing this. We are doing this generational, right? We want to raise accountable, responsible, contributory member to the society. That's our vision. That's the whole point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, cool. Some people said, Fred, I recently evicted tenant. They owe me more than 600. Okay, I can see. I can use it and see. Oh, cancellation. Okay, will that create a direct debt? Yeah, cancellation debt. We need to come through that because they have to show they are legally enforceable cancellation. A core document, something we prove. Fred, that's a good point. So we can talk about that. Otherwise, cancellation debt could be a taxable event we need to trigger. Yeah, exactly. Good point. Okay. Any other program you want to share with the people? I think we're getting close. Yeah. Any people questions?
Yeah. So I have already introduced the entrepreneur program for the youth this year, and as a matter of fact, there's another one which is for life skills just basically survival skills and, to be a, independent adult, how you take care of emergency situations, how to survive in the world, and, all those things. Again, we're trying to, think about all the different aspects that what we can do as parents to prepare our students to become successful, no matter whether they have a college degree or not, no matter whether they get fired or not, they have a way, they know how to take care of themselves. So that's the goal for Capanova. We're not here to just get some prep class and stuff. But anyway, this is a community for everyone, and I hope that we can get your support. So, question, email, yes. Again, for those who are not Capanova WeChat group member yet, please connect me or Coach Mike. We will bring you to our WeChat group. And like I said, most of our informations, events are shared in the group, and hopefully more people can benefit. I believe that's it for tonight. And anybody else has questions? If not, we're going to close for tonight. Okay, all right. Thank you, everyone. And thanks again, Coach Mike. Hopefully, we can get more young people to become homeowners like your son.
Not 40. I can't wait. 40.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. Bye.